Welcome to the Brown Carpet Podcast, where each episode we take a weird real news story and together we twist it into an even weirder film.
We do it live, and we stream it on Facebook so the people at home can join in and make suggestions for the film's title, tagline, casting, soundtrack and story.
And at the end, we make a movie poster for the B-grade masterpiece, We Cook Up.
You can see all the movie posters we've made in the Brown Lit section of our website,
www.thebrowncarpetpod.com.
We also got a sweet-ass merch page on there, so you can pick up a t-shirt, phone case, or throw pillow emblazoned with the BCP logo.
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher or Spotify, and if you're listening to this, you could be watching all the episodes on our YouTube channel.
Just search for the Brown Carpet Podcast, and you can see Corey's pretty little beady face.
Ah. If you've got a suggestion of a weird, funny headline you'd like us to turn into champagne cinema, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or email us at thebrowncarpetpod@gmail.com.
And now, let's get to the show.
Yeah.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted inwards like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice. Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up. No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
Welcome to episode 44 of the Brown Carpet Podcast, the podcast that takes weird real news stories and turns them into even weirder movie pitches. I'm here with Joshua Groom.
Hi.
My name's Corey Farrell, and Josh is back in the country.
Feels good to be back, mate, staring at your pretty face.
Yeah, I know. How did you go on the trip? Did you have any life-threatening experiences, or did anything stand out?
There was one moment.
Yeah?
I almost killed a horse. Did I tell you about that?
You almost killed a horse?
Yeah. We were driving through Arizona at the time.
Yep.
It was late at night. It was somewhere around 10 p.m.
Somewhere around Barstow.
On the edge of the desert.
Yeah, when the drugs began to take hold. So we're in this massive RV, which is basically a house on the back of a ute. So the thing doesn't have a lot of stopping power.
They make them big over there, don't they?
They make everything big over there.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, driving through the middle of the desert, and about 20 foot in front of the car, this horse just merges into the road right in front of me. I still vividly remember this horse, man. It was this beautiful, golden, long mane, flowing, muscular buttocks. But I knew for sure that I was going to fucking ride straight up the back of it and kill this horse with this massive RV.
Was it coming towards you?
No, it was running in exactly the same direction. It basically just merged in front of me, like it had come off an off ramp.
They have right away over there.
Yeah.
Horses have right away.
So I slammed on the brake, but knew there was no way I'd stop in time.
Yeah.
Wrenched the wheel to the left. The van swung, but it swung too late. We were so close to hitting this horse that the rear vision mirror on the passenger side slapped the thing on the butt on the way past.
Yeah, right.
Swung around onto the wrong side of the freeway, hoisted it back through. I was just waiting for the back end to just clean it up. I was waiting for that gruesome crunching sound.
How fast were you going?
We were in a 65 mile an hour zone, but I was only going 50, around 50, because it was just like middle of the night, no street lights, desert, like inky black on both sides.
If you've ever been in a car with Josh, he drives like driving Miss Daisy.
How dare you?
Okay.
Mate, if I'd been going 5 miles an hour faster, that horse would be dead.
You're a hero.
I am a hero.
Yeah.
Pulled it back onto the correct side of the road. I remember looking in the rearview mirror and it was still galloping along the road. It was
angry by that point.
It could have been.
It had horse rage.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with horses, man.
Never fuck with a horse.
Hey, why don't we get into our top 3?
Top 3 time?
Yep.
Let's do it.
It's the top 3. The motherfucking top 3.
It's the top 3.
Well, Josh, the news story this week being theft-inspired.
Theft adjacent.
Theft adjacent.
Yeah.
What are your top 3 heist films?
Ooh, that's a good question. There's a few out there.
Oh, there's many. All of them have George Clooney in it.
They do all have George Clooney.
It's a prerequisite.
Actually, you know what? I can think of 3 great ones with Clooney. Why does Clooney just do heist films all the
Just
time?
do Clooney. Just go. Okay, I'll rephrase it. What are your 3 favorite Clooney heist films?
Excellent question. I would say the first would have to be Ocean's 11.
Oh,
it's the classic.
It's great.
Steven Soderbergh, George Clooney, Matt Damon, Brad Pitt. They're in Vegas and they're simultaneously robbing the Bellagio, the Mirage, and the MGM Grand.
That's a lot to do in one night.
So it's a big night. It's really well shot. It's a great cast.
Yep.
Great soundtrack.
Okay.
Love it.
Is that number 1?
That'd be my number 1.
What's your number deuce?
Three Kings. Which is the Iraqi gold heist.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got Ice Cube, Mark Wahlberg. They're out in the middle of the Gulf War.
Sounds like it shouldn't work.
Yeah,
But it does work
makes
really
no
well.
sense at all. But I love the way that it's the color correction in that film. I think they did a bleach bypass to it.
Oh, right.
So it's these really washed out, weird ass colors.
Yep.
There's a couple of fantastic scenes, like where the milk truck explodes in the middle of the desert. That's an amazing sequence.
Yeah. What's a milk truck doing in the desert?
I don't know why there was milk everywhere. Anyway, number 3 would have to be, and if we're going to go down the Clooney route one more time, I'd have to say Out of Sight.
Pilot Clooney.
Did you say pilot, Phil?
Yeah, was he a pilot in Out of Sight?
No, not at all.
Sorry, I'm thinking of another one where he's a pilot.
He was an ex-con.
Oh, Out
He
of
was
Sight.
an ex-con and J-Lo.
Jenny from the Block.
Yeah. And they had that really sexy scene where they ended up in the trunk of the car together.
Yeah.
Very erotic.
You know what? Last time I was overseas, I saw a billboard of J-Lo. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, they're airbrushed, but she is airbrushed.
How's her ass?
She was, her ass is great.
Her ass is amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
her ass...
I feel like we can talk about J-Lo's ass on this podcast.
Welcome to the J-Lo Ass Podcast, episode 342. I think she's got her ass insured. Have you heard that?
Well, I've insured my Botox testicles for $1,500.
1,500?
Yeah,
Is that all
what
they're worth to you?
Yeah. That's the thing, though. Men do that. You know that? Botox their balls to have smooth balls, no wrinkles in there.
Smooth balls.
Scrotox.
Scrotox.
If it's not called Scrotox, it should be. You heard it first. Here.
That could be a new sponsor for the show.
Scrotox.
Do you hate the sight of your wrinkly balls?
For the ad at the end of the episode, it's going to be Scrotox.
Scrotox. That's great.
Well, they're great. They're 3 great movies. Anything with, you know what? Any movie with Clooney in it, it's a winner for me.
You're on board?
I'm on board. Oh, I just think about all the poon that Clooney's got in his life.
Oh, Clune Poon. That's top shelf poon.
That's Amalfi Coast poon.
Amalfi Coast?
I don't know.
Is that where the hot lady?
He's got places in Italy.
Should we get into this news story?
Yeah. So, Josh, what is the weird real news story that we're going to turn into a movie today?
I tell you what, mate. I mean, I say this each week.
Yep.
I say that we've got a real cracker, but this headline is vying for headline of the year.
You're calling it now.
I'm calling it early, and I'm confident. Lock it in. Listen to this headline.
Yep.
Mum tries karate on cops. Son strips naked. Dog nabs muffin mix in bizarre Walmart incident. Is that?
Oh my God.
There's so much there. It's so much to unpack.
Oh, wow. I want to hear this.
Oh, it is a steamy soup. Let's dive right in. A bizarre string of events unfolded in a Wisconsin Walmart involving a woman trashing store displays before performing karate moves in the parking lot while her grown son stripped naked in the back of the store and the family dog made off with some cornbread muffin mix.
I don't know where to start.
I think the apocalypse is nigh. According to police, officers were called to a Walmart on Wednesday evening for an alleged retail theft in progress. Upon arrival at the store, officers located Lisa Smith, 46, who was yelling and screaming at the store's entrance, trying to locate her dog, Bo. What I like about this story is the names are really simple. We got Lisa Smith and we got Bo. There's no Scandinavian bullshit. This is very good for me. Police said the woman had entered the store with the unleashed dog before Smith erratically started pulling apart store displays and placing them into her cart. At that point, the woman was asked by staff to leave the store when she promptly decided to perform some karate moves in the parking lot.
Was this woman Bam Margera?
She might have been.
This is like Jackass.
While the woman was channeling Mr. Miyagi outside, Bo snagged a box of Jiffy cornbread muffin mix and tried to hightail it out of the store, according to police. Police allege that's when Smith was arrested, but not before fighting with officers and trying to kick out a window on a squad car. Meanwhile, back inside the Walmart, police said Smith's son, Benny Van, 26, went to the back of the store and stripped completely naked, exposing himself to shoppers.
Why is the son's last name different?
Oh, that is a bit suspicious, isn't it?
I'm sus already on this.
There's a lot of weird things about this story. They asked her to leave the store, and then she was suddenly doing karate in the parking lot. So she left, and then she started doing karate outside. I need a timeline. There's got to be a recreation or a dial.
I think you shouldn't find logic in this.
Okay, let's continue with the weirdness. Police said the man then decided to grab some clothing from the racks, which he allegedly didn't pay for.
Cheeky fucker.
Officers approached Van, but he refused to stop and attempted to run over an officer with his scooter. Okay, now I can only call bullshit on this because I've been to Walmarts within the last month.
Yeah.
They have these mobility scooters that you can use
Right.
to get around the store if you're too fat or too old to walk yourself.
Yeah.
These mobility scooters, like even if you crank them, because I drove them around a lot.
They're not going to go fast.
They do not go fast at all. If you were attempting to run someone over with one of these scooters...
It'd be like that Austin Powers movie when the steamroller's coming at him and he's like, it goes on forever.
Yeah, that makes no sense, that bit. Officers physically stopped the scooter and arrested Van. Police said the woman was arrested for disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and misdemeanor bail jumping. Her son was nabbed for lewd and lascivious behaviour, disorderly conduct, and retail theft. As for the dog, Bo was caught by the officers in the store and brought to the Humane Association. The dog was not charged. We simply issued him with a warning for the theft. The officers will undoubtedly remember this day at work for a long time to come.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, where do we start unpacking this one?
It's a pretty special event.
There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. There's karate, there's thievery.
There's a dog.
There's nudity, there's a dog.
Cornbread muffin mix.
Whose story is this one? Are we going to follow the cops? We're going to follow the dog? The family? I mean, we did a cop thing last week.
Yeah.
So maybe we can focus on the family.
It's hard not to have cops involved in a crime-related story.
That's
so
true.
Cops will play a role in this.
What do you think's actually going... Let's just jump back to the news headline for a second. What the fuck's going on there? Is that just meth?
Yeah.
Just straight up meth?
Straight up meth.
Family on meth.
What town is this? Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, what else are you going to do in Wisconsin? Tweak every day of the week.
Where's the dad? There's no
dad. There's no dad. Where is Dad? Do we start our story there?
Oh, is Dad dead?
Dad might be dead.
Yeah?
Dad's dead.
What happened to Dad? I think he was a good man. And the void that he's left has created this spiral that they're now in.
Right, okay. The dad's death is the inciting incident that led to this crime spree.
Yeah. Maybe he was doing something heroic. Maybe he was a firefighter or a cop.
Or a cop, yeah. He was a good cop.
He was a good cop?
And got tangled up in with some bad cops.
In a bad system.
Yeah.
Yeah? Maybe in like Detroit or something.
Detroit.
A crumbling city. A good cop fighting against the rising tide of crime and filth.
Yeah.
Yeah? Maybe we open on a stakeout. It's him and his partner.
Yep. Who are the players? Who are going to cast them?
Get,
Who's Dad? Who's Dad?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Who else?
Bruce and his partner, Kevin Costner.
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Yep.
Sitting in the car, outside a building, and they're loading their weapons. They're about to go in.
Kevin?
Yeah.
We're going to call him Kevin?
Let's call him Kev.
Kev Costner. I'm going to call him Costner.
Costner?
Costner's like, I've seen water. It does exist. No, sorry. Where are they? They're in the car. They're on a stakeout.
It's a big takedown. Maybe it's a mafia spot, well-known mafia spot.
Oh,
They've
like
been staking it out for a while.
Like a warehouse or the docks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're sitting in the front of the car, just, loading clips into their weapons.
Yep.
Ready to get silent. It's very tense. We'll do a bit of a red herring. Make the film look like it's a cop film. Like we're going to be following these two guys.
Let's get the dog in there.
Sure.
Dog's in the back.
Dog's in the back seat.
Dog's in the back seat.
What kind of dog have we got?
Not a dog, like a Wilfred dog, a guy in a dog suit.
a dude wearing a dog suit.
Yeah.
Who's in the dog suit? We need an Aussie.
Michael Curry.
Oh yeah.
Aussie.
Yeah.
Ben Mendelsohn. Who else?
Ben Mendelsohn.
Let's take the cream of the crop.
Yep. All right. So Ben Mendelsohn sitting in the back of the car in a dog suit. In the front, it's very serious.
Yeah.
Loading their weapons, ready to go into this building.
And he can only communicate, like Wilfred, only his family can know what he's saying.
So only Bruce can hear what he says.
Yeah.
So maybe the dog's nervous. The dog's like, I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't think it's going to go well. And Bruce is like, shh,
shut up, you mutt.
Shut up. He slaps the seat.
Yeah.
It's just... So the two of them get out of the car. They walk up to the main gate of this building.
Yep.
Maybe Kevin drops back a little bit.
Costner's on cover.
He's on cover. He's got a little sniper spot back there.
He's like, I'll go. Bruce is like, I'll go in.
Yeah. All unspoken, just communication with the eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hand signals.
Yeah. So Bruce pounds on the door. Kevin's got his back. Door opens. Bloke with a shotgun. Leveled right at his head.
He looks back.
Kevin's gone.
It's a fucking setup.
Oh, he's betrayed him on the spot.
It's betrayed him.
We maybe get a shot of the dog. Like fear in the face.
The windows are wound up. And this is a good point to remind people to wind your windows down if you got a dog in the car.
Yeah, always just crack it just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit of oxygen.
Yeah.
Shotgun blast.
Blows his head to pieces.
Bruce is dead. His hand flops out. It's a photo of Sigourney Weaver, his wife, and blood kind of like pools around it and then sinks over the top of it.
Yeah.
Fade to black. 5 years later.
Now we're in present day?
Now we're in present day. And now we're with the family. Now it's Sigourney Weaver.
Okay, so now we're with the crime family now.
Yeah, so it's Sigourney Weaver's our mum.
Who's the son? We've got the dog. The dog is at Ben Mendelsohn in a dog suit.
In a dog suit. Perfect.
Who are we going to put as the nude son?
Well, who's better in a crime spree than a getaway driver? Let's go the kid from
Baby Driver. Okay, yeah.
I think his name was Ansel Elgort.
Yep.
I believe his name was.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So why are they thieving?
Well, I mean, I guess they haven't got an income. Maybe they didn't work.
Sure.
Because they were in poor Detroit.
Yep.
They live on the fringes in the projects in the ghetto.
Not a lot of opportunities.
Not
in
a lot of
Detroit.
opportunity, no.
No. Cop wage couldn't have been a lot. They probably were right on the poverty line. And when he died.
Yeah. The son worked at like a car factory and got put off for getting nude at work.
Yep. Does the dog know that Kevin Costner betrayed him?
The dog knows.
And the dog would have then told the mum and the son, yeah?
He talks to the family. It can hear him.
The family can hear him, but no one else can.
No one else can.
So when he tells them that Kevin Costner is the reason their father is dead, no one else believes him.
This is where we're going. This is the revenge.
Yes.
They're a merry gang of Robin Hoods.
Maybe Kevin Costner has gone on. Like he was a corrupt cop last time we saw him.
Yep.
Now he's the chief of police.
Oh, he's shot up the ranks.
5
years later.
Yeah.
He's crooked. He controls the crime, so he knows when to let the cops win one.
Yep.
Look good, get a promotion.
Yep.
But he's shady.
He's got a lot of dirty
He's
fingers
a shady
and a lot
motherfucker.
of dirty pies.
He's dirty.
Yeah. Maybe he's running an extortion racket across the whole of the town. All the small businesses. He sends cops
ripping off all the blue collar, hard working people of Detroit.
Yep. With an iron fist.
Prosthetic fist.
Not literally. And that could be a reason why the family are now out there stealing. They're going from business to business, knocking them over for a couple grand a pop. They skim a little bit off the top for themselves, and then they give it back to the business owner.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So cutting Kevin Costner out of the deal.
So he's not picking up his cash.
No.
His monthly standover money.
Yeah. They're staging these robberies as a way to get the money back to the business owners themselves, back to the community.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're just saying the money got robbed.
Yeah. Well, that's what it looks like on all the security cameras and stuff.
But they're actually getting the money.
They then drop off a parcel of the money at the business owner's house or whatever that night after the robbery.
So that's going to infuriate Kevin Costner, right?
Yeah, and make them heroes amongst the community.
Like a Ned Kelly thing.
Yeah, like a Kelly gang.
Kelly gang.
Yeah.
For our American listeners, the Kelly gang were a notorious bushranger gang in the 1800s.
Something like that.
Early Australia.
Just Google it.
They were Irish, I believe, or Scottish.
Of Irish descent.
We know how they're chipping away at Kevin Costner.
Yep.
They're hurting him in the purse strings.
In the back pocket.
How do they take him down though? Because all that's doing is hurting him. It's not really
making him angry.
They're not killing him.
No.
And they're not making him lose his job.
No.
So.
But they're infuriating. They're like a tick on the back of the mangy dog. How about this? How about when we jump 5 years in advance, we get to see the family pull off a robbery, yeah? You know, they're a real slick operation. The dog runs diversion. The mum gets behind the till. She's got the money out. It's a well-oiled machine. We got the kids running the getaway car out the back.
Yeah.
And we see them drop off the money. Then we cut to police chief's office. He slams down another newspaper headline, another story. Maybe the headline reads, another daring robbery by, what are we going to call them? The Kelly gang? What's the name?
The Kleptos.
Kleptos?
That's the last name.
That's convenient.
Okay, well, it's not Klepto then.
Well, I mean, it just feels a bit on the nose, mate.
Their last name is Rothenstein.
How about the Weinsteins?
No.
The
McGowans.
The McGowans?
Kind of like the dirty Irish.
Yeah, it's going to
be
the
McGowans.
So the headline reads, another daring robbery by the McGowans.
Yeah.
He slams down the newspaper, and there's a meeting of all his crooked cop henchmen. And he's like, that's the 5th one this month. This has got to stop. We got to put an end to these cunts.
Always got to put the C word in
all the
everywhere
veins bulging out in his forehead and stuff.
Yep.
So then over the next 60 minutes of the film or so, we learn that Kevin's running this
racket. Racketeering.
Across the crumbling city of Detroit, and that the family are kind of like this Robin Hood.
Yep.
His local heroes.
People love him.
Maybe we learn about all that through a newspaper reporter who's following the story.
Mark Ruffalo.
Sure. We'll
Love
get
him.
Mark Ruffalo in. He's like an investigative reporter, and he's been following the story since day one.
Yep.
He's trying to track this family of thieves, trying to get inside their heads, their minds.
He gets too close.
Yeah. He's kind of always one step ahead of them. He's kind of... And maybe Kevin Costner brings in the journalist to help them out.
Yeah.
With capturing.
So, like, that could be done by, like, he's in his office and he's got the article and he slams his paper and then he looks in, you know, the photo next to the byline. Like, and it's Mark Ruffalo, the journo. He's like, So
Bring me Ruffalo.
So his name's Ruffalo,
Sure.
but he's gruff. Like, he's Gruffalo.
He's Gruffalo.
He's like, unshaven.
He's jaded. Yeah, no, because he's obsessed. He's been in the basement for the last
Yeah.
few months following this. So they drag Gruffalo into the office.
So I think Costner's going to use Gruffalo to get at him.
Demands all his research.
So he stands over him.
Yeah.
So to the point where Ruffalo would go, "Hey, this isn't standard cop procedure."
Yeah, a little bit of red flags.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got no choice. Chief of police, what are you going to do? He hands over a USB stick that's got all his research he's done over the last few months down in the basement.
Who Ruffalo does?
Yeah, Ruffalo gives it to Costner. Costner plugs it into his laptop, steals all his research from him, together with the police information and their technology and Gruffalo's research. They're able to triangulate the pattern of robberies, and they're able to pinpoint where they're going to hit next.
That's smart.
Maybe they've got a big job coming up. Maybe they're going to hit like the National Bank.
Can we have a scene?
Yeah.
Remember that? What was that movie where Hugh Jackman was a hacker? If you watch those old movies, it might have been called Hacker. Those movies where hacking, like, they made it look so cool, and they had like multiple screens, and it was and they were like so into it and like overacting, like come on, I gotta get in. Yes, you know what I mean? Like, it was just so lame, and it was like just a square, 3D square on a screen, and it was like with mathematic symbols around it.
Yeah.
Can we just have one scene where he gets a hacker involved?
Okay, I don't know exactly what for.
Andy Dick.
Sure.
As the
Andy
hacker.
Dick is the hacker?
Yeah.
Who's hacking what? I don't understand.
Costner
Yes.
has gotten all the data from Ruffalo, but Ruffalo hasn't fully pieced it together yet. So he goes to a hacker to triangulate. We're talking about like,
Oh, okay.
I just want to have a hacking scene in it.
All right, we'll throw a hacking scene in there, mate. I don't know what it serves, but
It's to find out where they're going to hit next.
Okay.
That's how we do it.
Yes.
It's not on Ruffalo's research.
Okay.
It's Ruffalo's research with the hacking
plus a
session.
little bit of hacking.
Yeah.
Okay, so they work out that the next place they're going to hit is the National Bank right in the center of town.
And he's like, I've triangulated it.
Yep.
They're going to hit Wells Fargo.
All right, so the cops stake out the bank. They got a squadron on hand just waiting for it. And sure enough, the family shows up. But the family's good.
They're always in disguise, right?
Yeah, they're always in disguise.
Even
They're
though the
always a few
kid
steps
might nude up.
Yep.
He's got a balaclava on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nude, but for a balaclava.
Does he have a balaclava for his dick and balls?
Just the head. And just one little eye hole.
Does he just black texture his foreskin?
Rather than the cops taking them down and
Yep.
making a clean arrest, let's say it turns into a siege. The family ends up
This
with
movie has
hostages.
everything.
Yeah.
We have had a stakeout, an unjust death,
Revenge,
heist,
nudity, robberies. We got
organised
a
crime.
dude in a dog suit. We've had a hacking scene.
Fucking hell, this might be our best film.
It's tense.
And now we have a siege.
A standoff. There's
Hostage
hostages.
situation.
Yeah.
So Costner's going to negotiate?
Get him on the bullhorn. We know you're in there.
I love your Costner.
That's a pitch perfect Costner. Back and to the left. Okay, so Costner shows up. He's got the bullhorn. He's talking to the family.
Yeah.
I mean, I reckon this will quickly turn into a media circus.
Oh,
The family's pretty famous in town already.
yeah.
So every news van in town turns up to cover the thing. There's a squadron of cops who are already there, heavily armed. I reckon Costner would probably, at that point, Costner's got to put on a show like he's trying to bring them out safely, but in his head, he just wants, this is an opportunity to kill them.
Right.
To scratch that itch that's been bugging him for so long.
But how are they going to take Costner down?
How about this? How about Gruffalo
Yeah.
ends up as one of the hostages inside the bank?
I think he realizes what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he goes and tries to warn them.
Oh, he's realised that they're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
The real bad guy in town is Costner.
Yeah.
And maybe when he handed over his research, when he plugged that USB stick into Kevin Costner's laptop, being the investigative journalist that he is, maybe he also did a little duplicate of Costner's hard drive.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this.
Pulled a bit of data off.
A little
as
bit
well
of
as-
gigabyte filth.
Yeah.
What's Costner into?
I mean, maybe he's not into it anymore. He was a young man back in the day,
Are you suggesting that he had a modelling past?
perhaps. Maybe as a young cop, he's down on his luck. Money's hard to come by. Maybe he did a bit of work for a few questionable websites.
Ooh.
Maybe he was a taint model for a taint fetish website called taintmisbehavin.com. For a couple of years there, he was a taint model.
We talked about taints last week too.
Yeah,
that's good.
So yeah, maybe he was on this taint fetish website for a few years there, and maybe some of the original files are still on that computer. So now Gruffalo's got these taint files.
Yeah.
Maybe he sees this opportunity as a way to take him down and uses his laptop to broadcast these taint videos out to all the media outlets that are sitting out in their vans covering the siege.
For those of you out there not familiar with what a taint is, it is the gap between a person's balls and anus.
The fleshy underpad.
The perineum. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he...
I hope you're learning something out there.
So he broadcasts these gooch videos out to all the networks that are there covering the siege.
Yeah.
I reckon they'd have to fire him on the spot. If the chief of police has been a gooch model...
Oh, yeah.
Instant dismissal. They got to fire the guy.
While he's doing a press conference about the robbery.
Oh, they throw up the image behind him. As he's talking.
Yeah, it's just...
There's him.
What website was it?
Taintmisbehavin.com.
Oh... Such an obscure fetish, but I love it.
As he's delivering a really serious, we need to go in, we need to save the hostages, and then behind him there's an image of him as a younger man, legs behind his ears, taint on display, oiled up.
Yeah.
Really graphic.
Ah.
So he's fired. And that's how we get to like a peaceful resolution of the siege.
Well, I mean, they've still got to get arrested, right? Because they're criminals.
Yeah, they've got to get arrested. But maybe that's how it ends. They come walking out in shackles. All the crowds cheering for him. It's a bit of like a Ghostbusters moment, you know?
Yeah.
All the crowds cheering for him, you know. Once we cut to black, we get a couple of screens postscript. A week later, Gruffalo released his full investigative article, which detailed not only the family being a force of good, a Robin Hood team, but also the fact that Kevin Costner was crooked and running this extortion scandal.
So he's shamed him with his taint past, and now he goes down criminally.
And maybe as a second screen of the postscript, they can say that Kevin Costner is now languishing in jail.
Yeah.
And has resumed his work as a taint model for taintnosunshine.com.
Ain't no sunshine when it's gone.
Ain't no sun.
Here we go. So what's that cast?
Costner. Bruce Willis is in it for a very short time.
Yeah. Good little cameo though.
Ben Mendelsohn is the dog.
Ben Mendelsohn's the dog. Sigourney Weaver's the mum.
Yep.
You got Andy Dick
Andy
as
Dick
the
is a
hacker.
hacker.
And Mark Ruffalo as Gruffalo
the journo.
What's the title of this madness?
Ah, straight up.
Yeah?
The Pooch and the Gooch.
The Pooch and the Gooch.
Yeah.
That's
Tell me that's not the title, and I'll call you a liar. The Pooch and the Gooch.
The Pooch and the Gooch. Tagline?
You got any tags?
This good boy is about to go bad.
Yeah. Not for the taint-hearted.
Mate, I think that's it.
Pooch and the Gooch?
Not for the taint-hearted.
Yeah.
It's great.
The poster's going to be a lot of fun.
What's on the soundtrack?
Jane's Addiction, Been Caught Stealing.
Of course. Ryman and a Stealing, Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys. Bill Withers, Ain't No Sunshine.
Ain't No Sunshine. Taint No Sunshine.
I think that's it.
That's a film. That's a hell of a film.
That's a hell of a film.
What I like about it is that we took down the chief of police in a very similar way that Kevin Costner himself in The Untouchables took down Al Capone.
And
they took him down on a technicality.
Yeah.
Just in the same way that they took down Kevin Costner for the porno.
And the criminals were like Robin Hood, who Kevin Costner
also played by Kevin Costner.
This is a Kevin Costner vehicle. Was he in any hacking films?
Surely.
That's what Dances with Wolves was about, wasn't it? Hacking?
I think so.
Hacking off scalps. Josh, that's a film. The Pooch and the Gooch.
Not for the taint-hearted.
Bam. All right, well, that's all for episode 44 of the Brown Carpet Podcast.
Done and dusted.
Tune in next week where you'll hear probably more about taints. There's a good chance. There's what, 70% chance there'll be a taint involved?
It seems to be a pattern emerging.
Taint, dick.
Balls and farts.
That's us.
Yep.
Well, until next time, don't forget to flush.
See you, cunts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted inwards like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice.
Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up!
No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Six?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
Did you fart?
No. Why? Do you smell fart?
Maybe it was me earlier. Ah, fuck. Welcome to episode 44 of the Brown Carpet Podcast.
Oh, man, pep up the energy.
I thought that was good.
I think you came in flat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this week's top three. Josh, what do we got? What are we called? What is it for? Oh, fuck, let's do that again. That was good, though.
Yeah, let's keep throwing shit at a wall, see what sticks. Her son was nabbed for lewd and lascivious... Fuck! Her son was nabbed for lewd and lascivious behaviour, disorderly contact, and... Fuck. Her son was nabbed for lewd and lascivious... Fuck! They seem like they're untethered. They're floating in a swirling... What the fuck am I saying?
I'm just waiting for you to find it.